All right, the meeting will come to order. Thank you to everyone in the audience for coming. There are agendas located on the table outside of the double doors. This is a public meeting for which public notice has been provided. The proceedings are being televised and recorded and can be viewed either on cable channel 192 or online on the City of Casper's YouTube channel. I'm filling in for Chairman Bates today, so catch me on any mistakes I might make, and also would like to welcome our new commissioner, Travis Van Hecke, today. So thanks for being here. Thanks for joining us. All right, so some informational statements about the meeting. Use of cellular telephones is not permitted, and such phones will be turned off or otherwise silenced during this planning and zoning meeting. When speaking to the commission, please clearly state your name and address. Please keep your remarks pertinent to the issue being considered by the Planning and Zoning Commission. Please do not repeat the same statements that were made by a previous speaker. Please speak to the Planning and Zoning Commission as you would like to be spoken to. Please do not address applicants or other audience members directly. Please make your comments at the podium and direct it to the chairperson and Planning and Zoning Commission. I'd like to remind everyone present that the City of Casper Planning and Zoning Commission is a volunteer body composed of members of the Casper community and appointed by the Casper City Council. The commission acts as a quasi-judicial panel, making final decisions on some items and recommendations to the City Council on others as dictated by law. The commission may only consider evidence about any case as it relates to existing law. The commission cannot make or change planning or zoning laws, regulations, policies, or guidelines. I guess I already said that we're just missing one of our commissioners, Chairman Bates. Other than that, all other commissioners are present. Moving on to agenda item number 2, the minutes. The first item on our agenda this evening is consideration of the minutes from the last Planning and Zoning Commission held on August 18th, 2022. There was no meeting in September. Are there any additions or corrections to the minutes of the August 18th, 2022 meeting? The chair entertains a motion to approve the minutes of the August 18th, 2022 Planning and Zoning Commission meeting.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? With no discussion, please cast your votes.
With 6 yes votes and 0 no votes, the motion carries and passes.
All right, thank you. All right, the next item on the agenda this evening is the scheduled public hearing. Before we get started, just a reminder to all of the evening's applicants that it takes 4 affirmative votes to pass any item, regardless of the number of commissioners present. If any applicants would like to postpone their case in anticipation of the possibility of more commissioners being present next month, then I would ask you to speak up when your case is announced. The first public hearing tonight will be for consideration of case number SUB 266-2022 and case number ZOC 271-2022 concerning a plat and zone change for the proposed Pasadena addition. The applicants are West Center Hospitality, RE LLC, Green Lake Real Estate Fund LLC, Green Lake Investment Management LLC. Are the applicants present, and do you wish to proceed? Yes. All right, wonderful. Can we please get the staff's report at this time?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Application has been received for a proposed plat creating the Pasadena addition to the City of Casper, encompassing 20 acres more or less. The subject property is currently occupied by the Best Western Hotel, which is formerly the Parkway Plaza. The majority of the area involved is currently platted. However, a portion of the subdivision located north of the Best Western Hotel building, generally identified as Lot 1, proposed Lot 1, is currently unplatted and unzoned. In a companion item, the Planning and Zoning Commission is being asked to approve a zoning request that would zone the entire Pasadena addition as C2, general business. The majority of the area involved in this request is already zoned C2, and the requested zone change can be seen as merely a housekeeping item to ensure the continuity of zoning for the property. The proposed plat is reconfiguring the property into 6 new lots, ranging in size from 1.1 acres to 7.65 acres in size. Proposed lots 3 through 5 are configured as flag lots in order to meet the requirement that all newly created lots must have frontage on a dedicated public street. Although the lots have frontage on Interstate 25 right-of-way, meeting the city's frontage requirements, practical access will not be possible in that location. The applicant/owners plan to provide practical access to the parcels with a separate easement instrument across the proposed lots 1, 2, and 6 in the future. Madam Chair, we did not receive any public comments on this case. Also, there's no recommended conditions from staff, and I have 6 exhibits to enter. A is the plat application, B is a zoning application, C, public notice sent to property owners within 300 feet, D, legal notice sent to the Star Tribune, E, photo of public notice, sign on the property, and F, memo to the chairperson and members of the Planning and Zoning Commission. That concludes our report, and I'll be happy to answer any questions.
All right, thank you for the report, and the exhibits are noted. Does anyone on the commission have any preliminary questions for staff about the report?
Madam Chair, I have one now. Because I don't know if we as a planning commission has anything to do with this, but, or your traffic division. But I was just noticing as I came down here, because the traffic going north or south, especially going north, is so, well, either way, is so close to that underpass. Is it wide enough to put in a turn lane, change a, you know, because there's gonna be, with that other hotel there, there's gonna be quite a bit of traffic turning left or turning, you know, whatever.
Madam Chair, if I could have our city engineer, Alex, come up. I'm not sure that you guys have met him since he took over.
Thank you.
Good evening, Alex Vita.
I think we'll need the microphone for you. Sorry, we're having some issues with our sound tonight.
Good evening. I'm Alex Vita, the city engineer. So to answer your question, there would be a traffic study required for any new development here, which may or may not prompt a turning lane for that, depending on, you know, what the use is and everything else, and what those, what type of traffic is going to be increased with that development.
So there's a, you're gonna require a study?
Yeah, a traffic study would,
Well, as you, it's so close, and I just, with the chamber and everybody turning left into there, or.
it is kind of a, it is a congested area.
It's on my mind, and I
Sure.
just thought of it as I came down here to this meeting. So, thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Any other questions for staff? All right, or do you? No, that was just a sound. All right. Next, I would ask that the applicant and/or their authorized representative come forward to the microphone, state your name and address for the record, and explain your application to the commission.
Good evening. My name is Paul Diamond, and I represent West Center Hospitality RE LLC. And I think you asked another question I didn't hear that I should state.
Your address.
My address is 1416 El Centro Street, South Pasadena, California.
And explain your application to the commission.
So our application is to plat portions of the property that we own that are currently not platted, as well as to replat some of the existing parcels so that they conform to our use and generally looking to replat them.
Let's see. Thank you. There are no conditions, right? So I'd like to ask the commissioners if they have any questions that they'd like to ask the applicant at this time.
Mr. Diamond, I just appreciate what you're doing to this community. It's going to be a nice area over there. I met you this afternoon accidentally.
Yeah.
And I just appreciate your input in the community and
Well, it's been a very positive experience for us thus far, so we appreciate the way the community's worked with us. Yeah.
Any other questions? All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Now is the time when we ask for members of the audience to come forward in either support or in opposition to this case. Please remember to state your name and address clearly into the microphone for the record. Anyone wishing to speak in support of the case, please come forward now. All right. Anyone wishing to speak in opposition to this case, please come forward now. All right, seeing nobody else wishing to speak in either support or opposition to this case, the chair hereby closes the public comment portion of the public hearing and calls for a motion to approve with conditions, deny, table, or postpone to a date.
Madam Chair, I'll make a motion that we approve SUB 266-2022 and ZLC 271-2022.
All right, we have a motion to approve case SUB 266-2022 and case ZOC 271-2022. So moved by Commissioner Wingeter. Do we have a second?
Second it, with recommendation to the city council.
All right, wonderful. Oh my gosh, I just lost your last name.
McIntosh.
Second by Commissioner McIntosh. Sorry about that. I'm just reading my script here. Having a motion and a second, is there any discussion? There being no further discussion, we will now vote on the motion. All right.
Sorry.
Pardon?
I needed to clear the vote from last time, sorry.
Okay, let's revote, please. All right, thank you.
6 votes in favor and 0 against, the motion passes.
All right. Wonderful. The second and final public hearing tonight will be for consideration of case number SUB 267-2022 concerning a plat creating the Valley West Business Center Number 2 addition. The applicant is Half Barrel LLC. Is the applicant present, and do you wish to proceed? Yes. All right, wonderful. Can we please get a staff report at this time?
Sure. Madam Chair, I just want to mention to the first applicants that I didn't include that in the script. My apologies. That with the due pass recommendation, it'll now go on to City Council for their review as well.
Okay,
So,
wonderful. All right, thank you very much for that clarification. Can we get a staff report on case number 2 now, please?
absolutely.
Thank you.
Application has been made for proposed vacation and replat, creating the Valley West Business Center Number 2, encompassing 8.52 acres more or less. The property is zoned C2, general business, and the replat is creating 5 newly configured lots ranging in size from 0.76 acres to 2.97 acres in size. Proposed Lot 3 is currently developed as the Paradise Valley Liquors and Lounge, and the balance of the subdivision is undeveloped. Access to the subject area is via Valley Drive and/or Iris Street. Although the subdivision has frontage on CY Avenue, it's unlikely that the Wyoming Department of Transportation would allow private accesses directly onto CY Avenue. There's a minimum lot size required in the C2 general business. There's no minimum lot size required under the C2 general business zoning of the property. Madam Chair, I would point out that we had 5 conditions listed in the staff report, and I unfortunately need to add a 6th at this time because I omitted a engineering requirement for a easement that they needed for an existing storm sewer. So I would ask that the commission please consider 6 conditions rather than 5. The 6th condition would read that prior to council review, an easement shall be added to the plat for an existing 24-inch storm sewer located in the southwest portion of the subdivision. So the applicants have not seen that. That just got added today. So I would encourage the commission to discuss that with them and make sure that they understand it and agree with it. We've received no public comments on this case, and I have 5 exhibits. A is the replat application. B, public notice. C, legal notice sent to the Star Tribune. D, photo of the public notice sign. And E, memo to the chairperson and members of the Planning and Zoning Commission. That concludes my report, and I'll be happy to answer any questions.
All right, thank you for the report, and the exhibits are noted. Does anyone on the commission have any preliminary questions for staff about the report?
We're good.
All right, next I would ask the applicant and/or their authorized representative to come forward to the microphone. Please state your name and address for the record and explain your application to the commission. Is the microphone still over there, or did it get moved back? Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Can you hear me? Okay. My name is Pat Sullivan. I live at 6488 Coates Road. We own and operate Paradise Valley Liquor at 401 Valley. We're looking to get a replat done here. I'm sure you guys have seen the signs. Wyndham wants to build a microtel. My partner's here with us, partner in the development. And that's just a portion of it. The rest of the property, we'll see what other developers want to bring in. Hopefully some more restaurants or something for the valley.
Wonderful. Do you understand and agree with the recommended conditions of the staff report, especially that additional sixth condition that is a surprise?
Yeah, I saw him there measuring the storm drain.
Okay, okay. All right. Okay, thank you so much. Do you also want to speak, or are you just?
No, just here's moral support.
Okay, wonderful. All right, thank you. And commissioners, do you have any questions that you'd like to ask the applicant at this time? Commissioner Wingeter? Yeah.
I have no problem with this. I think it's a great layout. My concern though, when you do get around to selling these lots or whatever you're gonna do with them, my one concern is, I would hope you'd take it in the idea that there's a swimming pool right across the street and the traffic could be pretty steep in that area.
And ice cream across the street from the swimming pool would be amazing.
So, you know.
Yeah, and currently, as you can see on the map, Iris just has a dead end and a cul-de-sac, which was what cuts in front of the swimming pool.
Yep.
Has staff ever thought about a frontage road, the other on the south side of it, or is that liquor store in the way for something like that? You know what I mean?
I'm trying to imagine, I live out here, so I pass by it regularly. I'm thinking is there a drainage ditch or something along the front there? I'm not sure that topography-wise it would work or space-wise, but when we get a site plan going, we can definitely take a look at that, but I would not include that as a condition at this point.
A frontage road along the highway?
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Along the
I don't know that there's enough room, and it's probably like 6 feet in elevation change.
You're going to run into issues with YDOT trying to put a frontage road in there.
Well, I was thinking whatever business you put in there, they might want the front to be seen from the CY Avenue area. So they might want the front door towards the south. And that's why I was just thought about a frontage road, just a thought. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other questions from the commission at this time? All right, you guys can take a seat. If there are other questions later, we might bring you back up.
Thanks, guys.
All right, now is the time when we'll ask for members of the audience to come forward in either support or in opposition to this case. Please remember to state your name and address clearly into the microphone for the record. Anyone wishing to speak in support of this case, please come forward now. All right, seeing none. Anyone wishing to speak in opposition to this case, please come forward now. Do you? The previous case. Okay. All right, seeing, and is there anyone else wishing to speak up in opposition to this case? All right, seeing no one willing to speak in either support or opposition to this case, the chair hereby closes the public comment portion of the public hearing and calls for a motion to approve, approve with conditions, deny, table, or postpone to a date certain.
I move that we approve sub 267-2022 with the 6 conditions that are listed by staff.
All right, we have a motion and a second to approve case number sub 267-2022
The due pass to the city.
with a due pass recommendation. Please cast your vote.
I believe did we have discussion?
Oh, whoops, nope, we didn't have discussion. Sorry. We have a motion and a second. Is there discussion? Sorry to skip over that. All right, well, no discussion. Please cast your vote now. Thank you.
Gotta change the TVs over.
Take me just a second here.
All right, one moment.
Without an assistant, it's slacking.
You can do
Getting a little
thumbs up.
flustered over here.
Oh, is it popping over? We can always do thumbs up. There it is.
There it comes.
All right, please record the vote.
With 6 yes votes, 0 no votes, and 0 abstentions, the motion carries.
Okay. All right, this concludes the public hearings for this evening. The next item on the agenda this evening is special issues. Special issues, there are none currently listed on the agenda for this month, so we'll move on to communications. Communications, the chair calls for any communications from the commission. The chair calls for communication from the community development director or the city planner.
None tonight?
All right. The chair calls for communications from the council liaison, who I don't see here either. Not here. All right. The chair calls for any other communications from anyone else present. All
We
right.
had the, I'll speak to the OYD committee.
Okay.
We had the OYD meeting and we're discussing having a get-together with the DDA board in order to communicate more about the goings-on downtown in the old Yellowstone district and getting them all together. So we will be having that meeting at, in October 26th. So, and that was about it.
Any other reports or communications? All right, the final item on the agenda for this evening is adjournment. The next meeting of the Planning and Zoning Commission is scheduled for Thursday, November 10th, 2022 at 6 p.m. There being no further business to conduct, the chair would entertain a motion to adjourn the meeting.
So moved.
So moved by Commissioner McIntosh and seconded by Commissioner Wingeter. Please cast your vote.
With all members present and voting yes, the motion
Commissioner
carries.
Wingeter. Yeah, there you go.